Konnichiwa, minasan. Today I'm going to introduce one of our first new grammar points for this chapter. But before we start with that, I want to go over just a reminder about some of the grammar we've covered in the past. So let's take a look. Here we have Akira-san, Ichiro-san, Yoshio-san. So 皆さん、Akira さんはどの人ですか? Akira さんはどの人ですか? Which person is Akira さん? That's right. Akira さんは忙しい人です。忙しい人です。A busy person. Yoshio さんはどの人ですか? Yoshio さんはどの人ですか? 元気な人です。元気な人です。The energetic person. 一郎さんはどの人ですか? 一郎さん、どの人ですか? かっこいい人です。So we can use an adjective plus hito to identify which person is which person, right? A person who is busy, a person who is energetic. Let's take a look at another grammar point we've covered recently. So, Andoryu-san. This is Andoryu-san. Andoryu-san は何をしていますか? 新聞を読んでいます。ベキーさんは手紙を書いています。カシーさんはコーヒーを飲んでいます。デイビッドさんはビールを飲んでいます。エリックさんは写真を見ています。フレッドさんはホテルの人と話しています。グレッグさんは寝ています。ヘレンさんは本を読んでいます。So we can talk about what each one of these people is doing with a te form plus imas. They are reading the newspaper. They are drinking coffee. They are writing a letter. Now let's put these two concepts together. Let's take a look at these people here. Ken-san はどの人ですか? Ken-san はどの人ですか? Which one of these people is Ken-san? ギターを弾いている人です。ギターを弾いている人です。太郎さんはどの人ですか? メガネをかけている人です。メガネをかけている人です。So this is what we use to identify people. So 皆さん, let's think back. So when we use an adjective to describe a noun, to tell us more about a noun. So if we want to say an interesting person, or an energetic person, or a new book, where do we put the adjective? Before the noun or after? That's right, we put it before the noun. So what do you think? If we're going to use a verb to describe the noun some more, where should it go? The verb will also go before the noun. So we can use a verb to describe a noun. In English, we say like a person who does something. So, for example, Taro-san is a person who is wearing glasses. Ken-san is a person who is playing the guitar. We say a person who does something. In Japanese, we put the description with the verb first. So anytime we have a qualifying phrase, a noun or a phrase that describes a noun in more detail, we want to put it first. And we want to put it in short form. The one exception, if we have a na adjective, that's when we have to use na, right? So, suki na hon, kirei na hito, nigiyaka na machi. Otherwise, we want to use our short form. So, some of this is stuff we've already practiced. So, when we say omoshiroi hito, an interesting person. So, first we put omoshiroi, the description, and then hito, our noun. Or shizuka na hito. First we put shizuka na, our description, and then hito, our noun. What's new this time is that we are also using verbs. So, hon o yondeiru hito, a person who is reading a book. So we start with reading a book, and we're using it to describe hito, a person. Or, apato ni sundeiru hito, a person who lives in an apartment. We use apato ni sundeiru, the verb, to describe the noun hito. So let's take a look. So we can say, Hanako-san wa hito desu. So Hanako-san is a person. Hanako-san wa hito desu. Hanako-san wa donna hito desu ka? Donna hito desu ka? Hanako-san, uta o utatte imasu. We want to change this uta o utatte imasu to the short form. So, Hanako-san wa uta o utatte iru hito desu. Uta o utatte iru hito desu. What about Sachiko-san? Sachiko-san wa megane o kakete imasu. So we are going to change kakete imasu to the short form. Sachiko-san wa megane o kakete iru hito desu. So our qualifying phrase, our modifying phrase, we put it in the short form and use it to describe a noun. So Hanako-san is the person who is singing a song. Sachiko-san is the person who is wearing glasses. So let's try practicing once more together. So you can pause the video if you want to. Let's take a minute to see if we can figure out how we could put each one of these descriptions in front of hito desu. Okay, let's try checking together. So we have a sentence. Sachiko-san wa megane o kakete imasu. So Sachiko-san is wearing glasses. How can we say that Sachiko-san is the person who is wearing glasses? So we want to change this chunk, megane o kakete imasu, to the short form. So Sachiko-san wa megane o kakete iru hito desu. Sachiko-san is the person who is wearing glasses. Let's look at this one. Michiko-san wa jitensha ni notte imasu. How can I say Michiko-san is the person who is riding a bike? Michiko-san wa jitensha ni notte iru hito desu. How about Taro-san wa akai boushi o kabutte imasu. How can I say Taro-san is the person who is wearing a red hat? Taro-san wa akai boushi o kabutte iru hito desu. Last one. Makoto-san wa odotte imasu. How can I say Makoto-san is the person who is dancing? Makoto-san wa odotte iru hito desu. Odotte iru hito desu. So we're really just taking this imasu form and we're just changing the imasu to be short form, iru, and using it to describe hito. We will learn to use this kind of structure in more complicated situations in 2040, but right now we are just going to focus on the ている plus 人です。So let's take a look. 太郎さんはどの人ですか？どの人ですか？ Which person is 太郎さん？ This one ですね。太郎さんはどの人ですか？青い T シャツを着ている人です。かなさんはどの人ですか？パソコンを使っている人です。So the person who is wearing a blue t-shirt. The person who is using a computer. We can use the question どの人 to ask which person we are talking about. And then we can use this structure to answer. はい。それでは皆さん、that's it for this concept. So see if you can practice some of the activities below.